Hello students, this is Dennis Sen. I am the course coordinator for the IT program, and I am happy and privileged to take you through the semester 2 2024 orientation for the IT courses. And again on behalf of my IT team, I would like to extend my warm and hearty congratulations to all of you for being part of this particular program and doing the courses in the IT program. As I continue my PowerPoint slides here, I am assuming there may be some new students and some continuing students. So for the continuing students, there may be things that you are aware of. And as for new students, you'll find some very informative information which is available here on the orientation slides that I'll be presenting you shortly, and I hope that these slides will give you a clear guideline, a clear picture on what is to be expected as we begin the journey from next week. And being at the university, it's already a significant milestone, and I'm sure that you'll be able to learn a lot of things, not only in terms of academic but your experience with other students from diverse background. And we as a team are here to help you and to take you through the entire semester. Now to begin, looking at the overview, what I'll be discussing is on staffing, admissions and registrations, our learning management system, which is Moodle, learning and teaching, timetable, assessment, and some of the administrative issues. To begin with, you are a student from 12 member countries of the University of the South Pacific, and I'm sure there are some students who are outside these 12 countries. They are regarded as international students, and at this juncture I would like to welcome you all at the university. So if you are at one of the regional campuses, then we try to provide you with the necessary support that you require. By saying that, I'll discuss on the staffing and the places where we have staff stationed to assist you and support you as you move along. Now, the first thing, our head office is located here in Fiji, and it's based at Statham campus. That's in Watuwanga, Suva, and my office is in building 202, room 209. Feel free to come and see me if you are from any other regional campus. I am more than happy to assist you and advise you on any information that you want about the program. And of course, my email is there, dennis.sen@usp.ac.fj. And you can see the picture of myself. I am the academic coordinator, and while I have the consultation times available there, I am always available for my students if I don't have any other meetings or engagements going on. In my team, I have three full-time staff. First, Mr. Sarvesh Chand is a facilitator based in Statham campus, or you can say Lodala campus in Fiji. I have Krishnil Maharaj is a facilitator based in Lautoka at level 3 USP building, and he looks after the students in the western region, students all the way from Singatoka, Nandi, Lautoka, Ba, Tavua, Reki, and of course we have Mr. Sanjay Sushil, the facilitator in Lambasa, basically taking care of all the students in the north. So these facilitators are very experienced, and they'll be taking the courses in this semester, which I'll discuss shortly, and I'm sure you can reach out to them if you have any difficulties, any issues. Their emails are written there, and of course you can always email me if you need to for any other information that you think I'll be able to answer that. The next one is on external academics. External academics are also staff of the university, and There are 5 external academics for this semester, and they'll be taking those courses, and those are Mr. Ronil Chand. He'll be taking CEI 41. So if you're doing CEI 41, so you should note that Ronil Chand will be your staff in charge for that course. And of course CEI 42, Mr. Rajneesh Narayan. CEI 45, sorry, Anjini Nishika. CEI 52, Pranesh Chand. CEI 56, Mr. Ganeshwar Narayan. So these are the staff who will be taking your courses from Lodala campus. And if you look at CEI 46, we have also given these to Mr. Ronil Chand. He'll be taking that one as well. CEI 51 will be taken by Mr. Sarvesh, and CEI 55 will be taken by Mr. Sanjay. And of course there is another course, CEI 44, which will be taken by Krishnil. So these are external academics. They bring in a lot of experience in terms of IT, and they'll try to bring what is being practiced in the industry, what is being done there in terms of IT, what is the real scenarios, test cases, examples, and they'll try to bring that into the class and share with you. So I'm privileged to get these experienced people on board who will be your external academics for this semester. Apart from that, in the regional campuses, as I've mentioned earlier, I am trying to have part-timers who will be able to support your learning and teaching as you go around. So in Solomon Islands, I have Mr. Douglas Salemanu. In Vanuatu, because of the huge numbers, I have 2 staff there, Mr. Pisolome Wanganabatu and Mr. Valdano Pinihi. Just 2 staff in Vanuatu. Paul Tiasi in Tuvalu. We have Tarau Bauya in Kiribati, Alan Loristo in Nauru, and Jason Meredith in Samoa. So these campuses are having staff on ground. In the meantime, I'm also trying to get some staff at other campuses, but because of the numbers are low, I'll have to see what I can do, and if there's possibility, I'll do some regional campus visits to attend to these students. But in the meantime, these are the staff who have confirmed their availability for semester 2. So if you are at one of the regional campuses, you can note their email, and if you have any queries, any issues, these are the people whom you should first liaise with, and then if there's any issues that is still not resolved, then you can always come back to me, and I'm happy to resolve that. Just some of the key things that you need to know. What is admission, what is registration. So admission is basically the process of applying to study and being offered a place at the University of the South Pacific. So you have applied through the application form with all the necessary documents. So once you got the offer letter, that means you have been admitted into the program. So admission doesn't mean that you are doing particular courses. Admission is that just a offer that you have been accepted by the university, and you must have received a username and a password. So your username is basically your student ID number, and then what you have to do is you have to use that username to log into SOLS to access your student account. And once you do that, then the next step is to register for the courses that you want to do. So the offer is for a particular program. The registration is the process of selecting the number of courses. It can be 1 or maximum of 4 courses you can do for a semester. So that's the registration process. So after admission, so there's some students from previous, we have seen that once they get the offer letter, they think they've registered into the courses. No, you have to go and register yourself. As a student, you decide how many courses you want to do, what courses you want to do, and then you go to registration. You go and register yourself. Now the last date of registration is 2nd August. We will not be accepting any registrations after 2nd August. So if you have registered for 1 or 2 courses, you want to register for more, 2nd August is the last day. Sometimes in registration or while doing registrations, you'll find out that you are not able to register. There are some issues. The courses that you want to register is not showing up, or the courses are showing up but you're not able to register due to some reasons. So there's another way to register for the courses, and that is known as AGO, Academic Approval Grievance Online. It's a online facility that students can use to lodge a request for the following purposes. So there are a couple of four key reasons why AGO is used. One is the change of program, prerequisite waiver. The students who are part of the program from up till last year 2023, you will see that some of the courses that you will do require prerequisites. That means you can only do a diploma level course if you have done certain certificate level courses. Otherwise you won't be able to do that. But if you still want to do that, you can do that through the prerequisite waiver, and the request will come and I'll see and advise whether you can do that or not. The main one is number 3, special registration. So this is where you are trying to register for the course, you are not able to see the course, and then you can go through special registration. So there may be some issues through SOLS, the student online services, that you're not able to register that properly. Go through the special registration, and then again the request will come to us, and then we'll approve based on the case by case. And how to go to AGO, it's the link I've provided there. It's http://ago.usp.ac.fj. And I have been talking about the student online services. Once you go on the student online services, there are a couple of things that you see. If you click on each of those, you'll see 8 options are not the only options on the student online service. I have just taken a snippet of this. There are a lot of other things that you can do. You can see the academic approval grievance online there. You can also see Moodle, which is the student learning management system, which is a frequent place that will be going. If you want to change your password, IT services, make sure that you always check your student webmail. Okay, so as a student of the university, you automatically get access to your email account, which is your username as your ID number, and then you'll be given a password that you must have received from your offer letter. And this OneDrive is student administrative services and other services which is available as part of your SOLS. Okay. Now, while we are still on registration, there are a couple of things that you need to know. Okay, this is from my experience, which I want to share as a coordinator of the program. First of all, you need to identify yourself as whether you want to be a full-time student or a part-time student. Okay, now that doesn't necessarily mean whether you are working or not working in this case. What does it mean is that if you are a full-time student, that means you are just studying and you don't have much commitments, then I would recommend you take 3 or 4 courses per semester. If you are part-time student, maybe you are working, or you think maybe it's not good to take a good number of courses, 3 or 4, you want to just try with 1 or 2 courses and see how it goes, and then in the following semesters you try to take more courses. And if you are working, I would recommend you to take 2 courses and not more than 2, because I have seen students working and then sometimes they're not able to complete the assessments on time. As a result, they fail the course. So that's something for you to decide as a student. Your workload, what do you think would be right number of courses? As I've said, 1 is the minimum number of courses that you can register for, 4 is the maximum you choose, and both the IT programs, they have 6 courses. So if you want, you can take 3 in semester 1, 3 in semester 2. The third point there is very important, and that is not all courses are offered on both semesters. So to ensure the correct courses are selected, you need to select the right courses on SOLS, so that you can complete your courses on and your program on a timely basis. For example, if you look at certificate 4 in IT level 4, that's offered in semester 1 and semester 2, the first 2 courses 41 and 42. 43 and 44 is only offered in semester 1. 45 and 46 only in semester 2. Likewise, for diploma in IT, 51 and 52 is offered in semester 1 and 2, 53, 54 in semester 1 only, 55, 56 in semester 2. So if you are starting your program this from semester 2, you can take, if it's a certificate program, so you know that 43 and 44 is not offered, so you have to take 45 and 46, and maybe you can take either 41 or 42 or both. That's up to you, as I've said, based on the workload, based on the commitment that you have. Remember, once you are registering for this course, you are trying to make a commitment. You're trying to make a commitment and make sure that commitment should stick to the end of the semester, and not you start off with 3 or 4 courses and then you slowly drop out. The next one is some of the possible options. I just had mentioned this slightly earlier. For a certificate or diploma, a student has to do a total of 6 courses. Now remember, this is only applicable for students who have enrolled from 2024. All students prior to 2024, that means 2022, 2023 or 2021 or even earlier, you may have a different program requirement. Example, if you are doing a diploma program that time, you are required to do 13 courses. Of course, the first 6 courses were part of the certificate course. However, from 2024 onwards, the layout has changed. Again, you cannot just do a diploma like that with 6 courses. You need to have relevant industry experience, and of course you need to have a certificate 4 with you. So if a student starts in semester 1, for example, okay, let us look at the second one because we are in semester 2. So full-time student, they can take 42, 45, 46. Okay, sorry, it should have been semester 2, not semester 1. It should have been semester 2. Okay, sorry for that error there. And 41, 43 and 44 in semester 1. Okay. For part-time students, as I've said, you can take any 2 courses that are offered in the semester. But if you want to take 3, you can take 3. Even you can take 4 if you think. If you think you can work and do 4 courses, there's no issues with us as far as you need to complete the assessments on time. And our semester is a 15-week long. Okay, 15-week semester that's starting from 22nd July going up till 8th November. Now, some of the important dates that I want to that I have taken out from the handbook and calendar. Remember, the university has a handbook and calendar, which is a very important document, has most of the regulations and other details. So 30th Friday, which is 30th of August, which falls on a Friday, is the deadline for the payment of semester 2 fees for all campuses. So by Friday 30th August, you need to clear all the fees. Okay. 7th September, okay, is the time where you have is a Saturday, and your mid-semester break starts. 15th Sunday, your mid-semester break ends. So you, in the semester, you have 1 week of break. Okay, that break is to give you a refresher and maybe to give time to complete any pending assessments that you have for the first 7 weeks. So you'll have the first 7 weeks, then you'll have a break. First Friday November, deadline for students to withdraw from the courses they do not wish to be assessed in. Okay, now withdrawal is another thing. If you think you don't want to continue with the courses, you try to withdraw. If you don't withdraw on that day, then you will be graded. That means you think you have not done any course, you have not done any assessments, you don't want your grade to have a failed grade, you can withdraw by 1st of November. But in this case, I would suggest, if you think in the first, second or third week you don't want to continue, it's better for you to withdraw from the course. 15 November is the last day for classes. Now, the Deregistration says if you fail to pay the fees before the deadlines, you will be automatically deregistered. That means you won't have access to your source, you won't have access to Moodle and other USP services. Now going on, the next one is on the learning management system Moodle. Moodle is a platform for all your courses. In Moodle you'll find all lecture notes, assessments, etc. There are Moodle announcements on weekly basis from your respective course facilitators, and you can see the snippet of a Moodle there on the screen. That's how it looks like. So it shows 2 courses. So if you're doing 2 courses, that's how it will show. If you're doing 3 courses will be listed, and once you click on the course, you will see all the details of that particular course, including the timetable, the course outline, uh, weekly notes, drop boxes, uh, online recordings, and so forth. Now, in terms of learning and teaching, as a student, you need to ensure the following to be successful in the semester. As I said, by now you should know your username is your ID number. Okay, it's something you should claim by now if you've got a username and password, and you can use that to log into your SOLS, student online services, your Moodle, your webmail, and for any other services within USP. Correctly registered for the courses, just see the semester and whether you are registered for the right courses and for the right semesters. Access to Moodle, you need to have access to Moodle. If you don't have access to Moodle, you need to drop me an email that you have registered for this particular course, but you cannot see that course appearing on Moodle. So after you register for the course, within 24 hours or after 24 hours, you should be able to get access to Moodle. Know your teaching staff. If you are in Lodala, you should know who will be teaching your courses. If you are in Lautoka, you should know. If you are in Solomons, Vanuatu, Kiribati, wherever you are, you should know your teaching staff. Timetable, this will be updated on Moodle during week 1, which is next week. We have prepared the timetable, which is a tentative. We are just trying to see that what's best timetable for the students, the timing, the clashes and other things, and based on that, by end of week 1, which is next week Friday, the final timetable will be updated on Moodle. The timetable will be updated by this weekend, but before the end of week 1 you'll have the confirmed timetable. And there will be WebEx session, that's a online class which will be held once a week. So if you are a student of maybe CEI 42, apart from your 2 hours lab classes or 1 hour lab classes for the regional students, you'll have 1 hour virtual sessions where you can meet the course facilitator for any questions, any clarifications. The course facilitator will use that hour to discuss on the assessments, the weekly coverage, and any other information about the course. So that will be updated on Moodle on the class news and announcements. Lab locations, try to find where the labs are. For Fiji students in Suva, the labs are based in Statham, Lautoka campus. The labs are based at the main USP Lautoka campus, and likewise in Lambasa. And for the regional campuses, try to check with your course facilitators or part-timers where are the labs located. Some of the important dates that I've mentioned. Mode of delivery, remember the courses for the IT programs are offered on a blended mode. When I say blended mode, that means it has a mixture of face-to-face and online. Okay. And that's very important that you attend face-to-face classes as well, because there may be some assessments that will be done during the class. So if you don't attend face-to-face, you can miss out on those assessments, and if you have to do that on your own, it may become very difficult. So blended means you will have some online classes and face-to-face. All the labs, you have some rules, some do's and don'ts, what you need to do. A very common rule for any lab is no food or drinks allowed. Okay. And you need to ensure that you don't damage any of the properties in the lab, which consist of a computer system, keyboard, mouse, okay, anything, and you just try to abide by the lab rules. And of course, there's something known as Turnitin, which I'll be touching on later, and the use of AI, which stands for artificial intelligence. The course, okay, so you have been enrolled in a program, so you need to know the difference between a program and a course. Okay, so diploma in IT is a program, certificate in IT is a program, a course is CEI 41, CEI 45, CEI 53. So these are courses. So a course at USP Pacific TAFE for IT is made up of number of unit of competencies. So one course can be made up of 3 or 4 unit of competencies. Okay. So all the details about the course can be located on Moodle. So in a course, what we have done, we have clustered units of competencies. For example, as I have said, CEI 41 is made up of 3 units of competencies. The Moodle will also contain the course outline. It's very important document that you need to go over. Okay, the course outline is an important document that you need to go over, where you'll see most of the information about the course itself. And there's a weekly PowerPoint slides. You have the LearnerPack, class activities, some assessment tools, drop boxes. Okay, drop boxes are for assessments. All the assessments that you'll be doing, you'll have to submit those assessments through drop boxes. No assessments will be accepted through emails. On Moodle, you can also find lecture recordings. And the two key types of assessments that will find in Moodle is the knowledge assessment and the practical assessment. Okay. Now the virtual sessions which I was talking to you about is the WebEx. Okay. At least 1 hour weekly virtual session for every course. So if you are doing 3 courses, you should be expecting 3 online virtual session. Now the question you may have is, if you are not able to attend that virtual session on the time that is being allocated, maybe you are a working student, the virtual session is in the daytime, you are not able to attend that, that's fine. That session will be recorded and you can always go and listen to that recording, or you can, if you want, you can download and listen to that recording later. So either way, all sessions will be recorded. However, I encourage that you try to attend the session, because if you have any questions, you can ask those questions in that session. For the recordings, you can only view. So the WebEx virtual sessions are done to ensure that students across the regions are on the same page. Okay, it's not that students in Lodala are doing something else, in Lambasa they're doing something else, in Kiribati they're doing something else. They should know what they do, what assessments to be done, how the assessments to be done, where to submit the assessments, what is the marking criteria, and so forth. It will also, the virtual sessions are also used to discuss the assessments and for the students to clarify if there's any doubts. Now something that I also want to, which I have also brought up here, is that there's some students who must have done a similar qualification or relevant qualification, but you want to do a USP qualification. So there are two things that you need to know. If you think you have done a similar certificate 4 course or maybe a high level course at another institution, so you can apply for credit transfers. Credit transfer is simply a process for enabling a student to have course or components of a course from another program or higher education institution recognized as equivalent in knowledge and skills to those in the USP course for the required program of study. So example, you have done a diploma of networking from one of the other academic institutions, and you want to do a diploma from USP. I'll see, okay, if there's some similarities for what you have done and with our diploma program, then you can get a cascade. So for example, we have a networking course in a diploma program as well. So if you do that, so there is a total of 6 courses for the diploma program, and we see that you have done the diploma networking course from somewhere or some other academic institutions, you can be given a cascade for that particular course. So in other words, instead of doing 6 courses, you will be only doing 5 because you have received a cascade for that. Now that will happen if you have done any or gained any qualification, you got a certificate. The other one is the recognition of prior learning. Now how is this different? Here the process is to basically see if you have some experience, life experience. It can be formal or informal work experience, some education, short courses, trainings that you have done, and you think that based on the amount of work that you have done and the experience that you have in that particular area, you don't need to do a course because you think you meet the requirements. So in that case, you can apply RPL. RPL stands for the recognition of prior learning. However, you'll still have to pay the fees for that particular course. Okay. So again, if I am going to see the diploma program, there is a course on website design and development. And at the workplace, you are designing websites, you are developing websites. So you're doing a similar job as what is part of that particular course. So in that case, you can apply for RPL. You pay the fees, but you don't have to do any assessments. The grade for that will be written as RPL. That means you have been recognized for your prior learning. Now timetable, which I have slightly touched on, will be updated on Moodle by end of week 1. Okay, so week 1 is your orientation, and end of week 1 you should be able to get your timetable. Try to have your own timetable, prepare your own timetable, how and when you will be going for classes. In case of Laudala, there is a high number of students, so there will be 2 sessions for most of the courses apart from a couple of courses, and these are day and evening sessions just to also cater for the students who are working. So you'll have 1 day, 1 evening session. Regional students, you can contact your part-timers for the timetable from the email that I have been given in the initial slides. I would like to say that you need to come for the classes on the scheduled time. Okay, so example, if your class is from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 to 3 p.m., don't come to the classes 1:30 or 2 o'clock because you may be missing out on key instructions, key components that may have been discussed by the respective facilitator. So as I've said, you need to make a lot of commitment, dedication towards your class, and try to come to the classes on time. I'm saying here by the end of week 2 the timetable will be finalized, but at the end of week 1 it should be finalized. If there is any change, there should be very minimal changes, maybe due to some unforeseen reasons there will be change, but if any change is there, that will be notified through class news and announcements forum. But by end of week 1 you should be able to see the updated timetable. The next point is on assessment, which I believe is very important. I have mentioned earlier that a course is made up of number of unit of competencies, and each unit of competencies will have 2 key assessments, that is known as knowledge and practical assessment. Now the knowledge assessment basically contains quizzes, short tests, short answer questions, etc. Practical assessment contains case studies, lab practice, role play, scenario based questions, and so forth. So we have looked earlier, CI 41 has 3 units of competency. So each unit of competency will have 2 assessments, knowledge and practical. So of these 3 put together, there will be 6 units of competencies. Okay. Students will get a satisfactory result if both the assessments are attempted and all questions answered correctly. So for the first unit, for example, you did your knowledge, your practical properly, you'll get a grade of satisfactory. Okay? So the result will be satisfactory. Now, if you have not attempted one or you have not attempted properly, the answers are wrong, not the required answers, then you'll be graded as not satisfactory or NS. In other words, once that happens, you'll be given another chance to improve on that assessment and do the resubmission. So once you do the resubmission, then most likely you can get a satisfactory grade provided the answers are correct. Now remember, the courses for the IT are competency based courses, so there it means you have continuous assessments, there is no final exam. All the assessments will be done within the semester and there is no final exam that you have to attempt and do at the end of the semester. It's continuous. There may be some assessments that you have to do in week 5, some in week 9, and then some in week 15 and so forth. So no final exams. Some of the dates, assessment dates, is very important, and all the assessment dates are located on Moodle after each unit of competency. For example, for a particular course, the first unit of competency will begin in week 2. So the assessment for that unit of competency will be released in week 2. It may be due in week 5 or week 6, but the release of that assessment will be done when that particular unit begins. And then the assessment due date, students will be given an extra week to complete and upload the assessment. For example, if your assessment first assessment is due in week 5, you will be given time till week 6 to upload your assessment. From semester 2, we will not be accepting any late submissions. Okay? That's the whole idea of competency based learning. You need to be competent in the work that you do. You are given ample time to complete your assessments. So why we are releasing the assessments earlier, so that you can start working on the assessments and not wait for the last minute. Remember, you may be doing couple of units and you'll see, okay, there are 2 units or 2 courses where the assessments are due on week 6. So you'll have to juggle with that. How you can juggle with that and do the units, do the assessment, so that both are submitted on a timely basis. So late submission, unless there is a genuine reason for which will require evidence, then it will be given an extension for submitting assessments on late. We want to make you ready for the industry. Once you go out in the industry, you will be given tasks. We want you to complete those tasks on a timely manner, and that applies here as well. So this is a playing ground for you. It's a learning time for you, where you will be given projects, scenarios. So you have to do that and upload that on the Moodle on a timely manner or before the due dates. After you submit the assessment, 2 weeks after the assessments, you should be getting your marks. Okay, whether, as I've said, the marks will be satisfactory or not yet satisfactory, based on the answers that you've provided, and the facilitators will be giving you a feedback. Okay, if you're satisfactory, there may be a minimal feedback, but if you're not satisfactory, the facilitator will identify areas where you need to work on and do the resubmission. Passing the course, the rule is very simple. You need to attempt all assessment and get a satisfactory result in all the units of competencies. So all assessments, and you need to pass all the assessment. At the end of the course, for example CEI 46, your grade will be showing either CMPT, which stands for competent, or it's like a pass grade. That means you have met all the required criteria. Or you will be getting a grade of NYC, which stands for not yet competent. That means you have done only some components of the course and not all, or you have done some and didn't attempt others, or you have attempted all but you have not been successful in the assessments, or in other words you have not been getting the grades of satisfactory. So in that case you will be given a not yet competent. Or you may get a grade of I, which is incomplete, and here students may get this grade for some reasons beyond their control. They are not able to complete the assessments on time, and with the discussions with course coordinators and the students, will see the student needs some more time, and then based on that I'll be giving them grades of I incomplete, and they'll be given a dedicated time, a time frame for which they have to do the assessments and submit that on the Moodle Dropbox. Okay. So that will only be given if the student communicates back to the course coordinator, okay, that he or she is not able to do the assessment on time because of this and this reason with required evidences. Then only the course coordinator will consider that and give them I. And once they provide the assessments, again it's not that you can take all the time, you will be given a allocated time to do that, and if you submit within the time, the course coordinator or the respective facilitator can mark and provide you the grade based on the results, based on the answers for the assessment. So remember, passing the course, the rule of the thumb is simple: answer all assessment and try to get a satisfactory grade. Administrative services, fees. Students sometimes have issues with fees, where to locate the invoices, where to pay the fees, how to pay the fees. Okay, so for fees, as I've said, once you go on SOLS, you will find out there will be an invoice generated on the left hand side. Okay, under the finance menu, I believe, go there, click, you will try to generate the invoice, and you make arrangements to pay the fees on time or before the deadlines. As I've said, if you don't pay the fees before the deadline, you will be simply deregistered from the course, and then you'll see you cannot log into Moodle, you cannot log into SOLS. And sometimes the students, they overlook there's a general service fee which you have to also pay. Okay, for Fiji students it's $50. For other regional campus, you can see what's the amount at your campus, and this is not normally paid by sponsors or superannuation schemes. Okay, so this is something that you have to pay. Okay, even if you don't pay at the end of the semester, your account will be on hold. Now, if you are a private funded student and you are paying the fees on your own, again that reflects back on the number of courses that you should take. If you think that you have the fees for one course or maybe two courses, so just try to take that number of courses and not take many courses, and you are not able to pay the fees. Now, university assists students by having a fee payment plan or installment plan, you can say. This plan you have to make it with the student finance on how you'll be able to make your fee payment. So as I've said, there's a deadline for the fees, but if you think you're not able to pay the fees by then, you email student finance. Okay, you will be paying your payment in installment, and this is the amount you'll be paying in each month or on a particular day or date. You have to get that in writing with student finance. If they agree, then you can be on that plan, and if you're on that plan, then if the deadline passes, you may not be deregistered. So it's very important that you try to see your budget. If someone is paying for your fees, ask him or her. If your parent, guardian, or some other family members are trying to assist you, whether they'll pay. Okay, and then based on that, you try to choose the number of courses that you want to do. In terms of the payment plan, that needs to be written to the finance department explaining how the fees will be paid. Turnitin and AI. Basically, Turnitin is a software okay, which tries to promote academic integrity, streamline grading and feedback, and deter plagiarism, and improve student outcome. Okay, so at the university, there is a tool Tenitin which tries to find out how much student has copied or got information from other sources. By saying that, students are also trying to use artificial intelligence, which is a very great tool to do research and do other work. At the same time, you need to use that carefully. AI is there. It's a simulation of human intelligence by machines, especially computer systems, which has nearly solutions or answers to most of the questions. You can use AI in a manner that you are able to read, comprehend. However, you need to put your answers in your own words, because AI can also be detected through the Tenitin. So once you submit your assessments, your Tenitin will say the amount of work that you have copied from other places, and also the amount of work that you have taken out from artificial intelligence or AI. And if you do that, plagiarism is a serious offense at the university, and it will be dealt with civilly. In past, we have seen that students are being plagiarizing, copying others' work, and they are given zero or warnings. Okay, before, when we used to grade the students, they were given zero. Now what we do is we warn the students if it's a first instance where we see they have plagiarized, and then if we see the student continues doing that, we try to take it to the next authorities, reporting to the heads of sections. And of course, at the end, we see that the students are not trying to improve. This can be given to the student disciplinary committee, where it will be decided what to do with that particular student. So as a coordinator, we don't want to go there. To avoid that, try to read your notes, do your research, do your uh, assessments once they have been released, so that you don't wait for the last minute and then you try to rush off things. You try to get information from here and there and put it on the assessment and upload. So once assessments are given, try to manage your time properly in a way that you are able to complete that before the deadline. And as I have said, you can use AIs in a way that can help you intellectually, try to broaden your understanding, and then put the answers in your own words. Some of the responsibilities of you as a student, I think it's very important that you as a student have some responsibility. You have got the offer from the university to study, do your programs, do your courses effectively, so that your parents are proud of it, your family members are proud of it. It's not that you came here and you use the money from your sponsors or family members, and then you just don't do any work, re-enroll in semester 2, the other semester, and so forth. Okay, so you have a commitment, you have a important role to play, and that is to start from the very first day. What you have to do, you have to spend enough time on Moodle. We have seen Moodle has everything about the course and other activities required within the course. Wherever possible, attend all classes unless you are ill or there is a death in a family or there is something urgent that you have to attend to. Okay. Apart from that, try to attend all classes. This is, I am talking from experience. Students who have been attending all classes, they easily pass the course because they know what is happening in the class, they know the due dates, they regularly communicate, and they are able to get through. Complete all assessments in a timely manner. Maintain proper attire for the classes. Organize your time. As I've said, time is very important. Assessments will be due together, so you need to check out your timings. If you're not sure of anything, ask your respective facilitators or the course coordinator. Communication is very important. Unless and until you tell us the problem, we are not that smart to see what's running in your mind, or what are the issues you are having. Maybe there's some issues outside your studies that you want to discuss, and it is having an impact on your education, on your learning and teaching. Feel free to come and see me. Drop me an email that you want to see me about your learning and teaching or some issues, and I'll be more than happy to provide you all the possible assistance that I can do. Again, you have to communicate. Regional students, your part-timers are the first people whom you can communicate to. Your uh, staff at the campus, okay, maybe the IT people at the campus will be able to assist you with any technical issues. You're not able to log in, you're not able to go to Moodle, or you're not able to use a software properly. So the IT people at the campus. So you can always communicate with the right people, and if you're not able to, if your problem is not resolved, you can always come back to me and say, I'm trying to do this and this has not happened, if you can assist. So in that case, I can always assist, and of course abide by the IT lab rules. Okay, so as I've said earlier, that's the property of the university. You need to abide by those rules. Okay, so finally, in general, email courtesy is very important. When writing emails, write clearly what you want to write. What is your clarification? I have seen students writing emails, there is no subject. They said they're asking if you can extend the assignment date because of this and this. They don't mention the course. How will I know which course he or she is referring to? There are various courses that I look after, there are various students I look after, there's various campuses I look after. So if writing emails, if you can be very clear, what is the concern, what is the ID number, and what is the campus, then it will help me or any other facilitator to assist you accordingly. So email courtesy, and you don't have to write very long emails, just to the point what you want to ask for. And that's the reason I'm saying it will be always good that you use your student email to write to send me an email, because the ID number is already there, or maybe you have to mention is the campus or the course that you are referring to. All of you have a student email, try to use that. Apart from that, if there's any other general queries about IT services, you can email on contact@usp.ac.fj. For Pacific TAFE, anything about Pacific TAFE, there is a Pacific TAFE email, pacifictafe@usp.ac.fj. Now, in terms of the mode of communication, your first point of contact would be your course facilitators. Okay. Each course is looked after by one facilitator, so you should know who's your facilitator. Contact him or her, and then if they're not able to resolve, then you can email me on dennis.sen@usp.ac.fj. Okay. Apart from that, if there's any complaints, okay, you think you have been going to the classes in a particular campus, the course facilitator is not there, the course is not scheduled as what is on Moodle, you can always raise all those issues with me. And once you raise issues with me, you don't have to worry that you'll be penalized or something. We at Pacific TAFE, particularly in the department of IT, we take things positively, and we are very professional in terms of handling student complaints. You don't have to worry. You have to come directly to me, see me. If you don't want to email, you can come to me. For regional campuses, drop me an email. Okay, this is the issues you are facing. The tutors are not turning up for the classes. You will not have to. You don't have to worry. I will try to resolve that with the respective campus coordinators in a way in a way that your identity is not known. So by saying that, that's some of the things which I wanted to highlight, and I'm sure with the information provided in these slides, you have uh, some knowledge now on what to expect as a student, and what are the people whom to contact to when you are in a doubt or you need some clarification. Okay, so with that, I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a good journey for semester 2 2024. Vinaka.